Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial on remaking beats with FL Studios and native plugins only. And in this one I'm going to be showing you how I remade Out the Window by Famous Dex. So first I want to apologize for my afro. I'm still figuring out how it works. I don't know how to comb this that well. What else? Alright, so some things. First I'll play part of it so you get an idea of how I did.
Grow on, you need to grow up.
Excellent. Excellent.
Dexter, yeah, I want.
Okay, so you got the idea, and you never saw my cool background. I changed my background to this to make sense, I'm guessing. Alright, so just make sure you can see me. So, obviously I used the sound, the actual song for the beginning and the end of it, here and here. I cut a little bit off of the actual ending and put the beginning to start the ending of it because there's like a little crash sound that just doesn't mesh well with the end of my beat because I don't have talking and there's talking at the end of the song. So, but where do we start? So, we've got the rat kick, which is, you know, where you get that, the 808 Mafia, sound pack. And we got some Sakura again. This is seems to be like a really good plugin for me for all of the beats that for a lot of the beats I've been making. So in this one I'm using the viola for this. You know, the actual sound of that, in the actual song, it's called an erhu, E-R-H-U. It's a Chinese string instrument.
二胡有比较丰富的表达能力，它可以表现很多种声音。鸟叫，表现比较悲伤的声音。少女如水的美。
But I couldn't find that in here or in any of my plugins, so I settled with this, and well, of course I did a little bit of velocity because some of the lower notes don't hit as hard and I had to turn them up, but also basically I did slides to get the sound. Yeah. And of course there's that space there. I'm pretty sure that's what I was hearing when I was making this. Like, beyond the actual song, there's an instrumental version of the song, and there's an instrumental without a beat, I think, but like. The instrumental I found was not exactly on, or one of those two was not actually the actual thing. It was like looped differently. But yeah, but that's the sound that I used, the Sakura viola. And sorry, I should have started at the beginning, but okay. So in this. Again, another Sakura instrument that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I couldn't find the actual sound. I don't know what instrument this would be called, but the one I'm using is Mountain Man Banjo. Okay, I guess just go back over. I should go through the effects for this one because the effects changed it a lot. 5. So this is without effects. And it sounds a lot like a banjo, which is not what I want. So I added parametric EQ, doing this, which goes, it kind of like gets rid of that, like so much of the, like too much of the pluck. Reverb, you know what reverb does, it just makes it a little bit like longer. And then sound goodizer just kind of like brightens up, it just brightens it up, I found. I don't need that much, but yeah. So it sounds more Asian that way, like, which is cool. It's cool that I figured that out. I'm happy about that. I'm gonna go, I know this is a bit confusing, I'm gonna go back to the Sakura that I just showed you, the viola, and show you what the sounds were for that, because I should have done that before. The sounds are just parametric EQ, whoops, doing this, and then the sound goodizer. So without them, so it kind of like blunts, or it kind of like gets rid of some of the high frequencies and then kind of brings them back, but it just makes it a bit brighter. So those are the two. There's one more string instrument that I use in this, and that is a string section. And you might have seen this in my other tutorial, but this is in the FL Studio main instruments, the orchestral instruments. You go to string section, and then you get this, and it's the only one that's, it's like the default one. So I layered two of them with an octave difference between them, so you can see what they are. You can see the ghost notes of the second octave, and they sound like this. This is awesome. Like, I really like the Chinese influence. Like, this reminds me of like all the Jet Li movies, man. Like Once Upon a Time in China. Oh my god. Yeah, I really like this sound. So yeah, all I did for that was I put a reverb on it to make it sound even bigger and more cinematic, and then the parametric EQ just cuts off the low end and a little bit of the high end that's way too high. So yeah, that's this. And then of course you got the slides. You know how to use slides. Basically the slide up starts when the slided note. By the way, this is what you do. You go to note properties and you turn on this to turn the slide on. And then the slide, it slides for as long as the note is, and it lasts for as long as the bottom note extends for. So you got the bottom note, you put the slide on to slide up from here to here, and then it holds. So that's for all of those notes that are slided. Slide, slide, slide. I think that's all the slides. So, and people do a lot of that for 808s too. So if you know, this will help you master slides. So those are all the string instruments. Then we have that keyboard that's doing this. By the way, I just want to say about the string section, the way I wrote the pattern isn't exactly how it's played, because the piano roll, the playlist arrangement, I had to tweak some things and like cut and like flip a few things. So I'll show you what I did there just to make it what it is in the song. But anyways, so yeah, the keyboard. I use Rhodes, FL keys, native plugin, and I use Rhodes. By the way, the plugins, a Sakura plugin is, if I were to go replace Sakura, and FL keys is here. Both native plugins, meaning you have them if you have FL Studio 11 or 12, probably even 10. The velocity's up, but I didn't do anything other than that. You can see the chords. This FLP will be in my description, but just in case you want to like copy and follow along. And then beyond that, I mean, it's really just the drums. I don't use this 808. I can delete this. The 808 has three patterns. So this plays twice, and then that's actually the second, and then this one. I go back to this one because I just did it wrong. So the notes that are playing are this, this, and this for all of those. I'm sure you can figure out what's going on, but there you go. That, and that. Alright, then we have the rat kick. I'm gonna go over the effects again because I keep forgetting, but yeah, okay, alright, the rat kick, I don't use distortion, but I use a limiter, because I just wanted to hit really hard, and I use this and I turn up the bass, because in the song there's a lot of bass. Southside clap, 9. There's 2 patterns here that two instruments going at the same time. The instruments in this song, or the clap instruments, both of them. And there's 2 patterns, 9 and 10. And you'll see those in the actual arrangement. And the last instrument is the hi-hat, which is just doing something like this. There's a lot going on, so I'm pretty sure this is it. But there's a lot. Okay, so now in the actual and the last arrangement, the last effect I want to show you is on the FL keys. I think I might have forgot to show you that, but I just have a convolver, which is like another reverb. It's basically default settings, and a parametric EQ that's doing this kind of thing, getting rid of some of the high end, of course cutting out all the low end and a little bit of high end to make it a little bit more like soft. Whoops, soft. So, okay. Here I've got risers leading into most of the verses, and even the chorus, but just following the actual song. And the riser at the end here again, of course, they're just following the song. So yeah, so as you can see, I kind of had to flip. This is the pattern 2. This is the one with the Once Upon a Time in China strings section, and when I put it here, I actually had to flip it. So you can see that I flipped this. I put like this section here instead of there, but otherwise, and I cut off this top part. I cut off this and I flipped these 2, and that's what's here, because apparently that's what the song is doing. Otherwise, you pretty much get the idea. Don't think there's anything else to show here. So I will play the song again, and that will be the end of this tutorial. Fucking microphone on. Thank God. Before I play the full song, I want to do a shout out. I want to do this in every video I make. A shout out to people who are supporting my channel. So these are the 2 people who commented, I guess, a lot this week, and so I want to do a shout out to them. So I want to do a shout out to Murado Music and Aliko Deng. They both supported my channel, they both subscribed, they both left feedback. They both have their own channels, and their music is fire. I really like it. And I think you should check out their channels too. And so yeah, so thank you both of you guys for supporting this. So to all my viewers, if you would like me to shout you out in my next video, leave again some constructive feedback about what I should do better, what other music I should remake, what other tutorials you want to see. I'll shout out, as many people as I can without it being like a really long shout out thing. Alright, so thanks for watching. Bye. Damn it.
Go on, you need to grow up.
Extra. Extra.
Dexter, yeah, I want